What's poppin'? Today we are back at the Swish Studio just outside of Kansas City, Colorado. Today we're going to be talking in our first episode about the latest news to the latest rookies. And stay tuned because there might just be a special secret at the end.
Brought to you by Mavic Pro.
Podcast will be talking about the latest injuries and the Gordon Hayward injury and how that's going to take a toll on the Celtics. Remington will start off with the first injury of the day.
So just in, Derrick Rose is going to be out again with his injury to his ankle instead of his knee. This is going to play a huge toll on the Cavaliers because they need him as their sixth man, while Isaiah Thomas is switched out.
And next we'll be talking about the Gordon Hayward injury. As you probably have all seen in highlights around the internet, it's gone viral. Gordon Hayward in the first opening game landed on his ankle wrong, dislocated it, and fractured his tibia. So that's going to take a big role on the Celtics. A lot of people have already talked about this, but I'm going to just share my opinion. You're going to have Gordon Hayward, who has just came into the league as a free agent with the Celtics, also adding in Kyrie Irving, and now you're going to have to somehow switch that out in the rotation when he's going to be very behind coming back in. So Marcus Smart will be putting in his position. Here we are back at the studio, and for our second news, we're going to be talking about Lonzo Ball and the chaos he caused in the league from his first to second game. So to start out, in the first game, he had 9 rebounds, 3 points, and 4 assists.
Wow.
Yeah. For all the hype built up in the league about him, especially with his dad, he didn't really live up to it. And it was even in his debut, something he'll never get again. But he did rebound on that and came back with 11 rebounds, 29 points, and 9 assists. If he would have gotten one more assist, it would have made him the youngest player ever to get a triple-double.
Setting records.
Setting records all day. So, second, we're going to be talking about my playoff predictions, and then Remington will talk about his segment on the Washington Wizards. My playoff predictions this year will start in the West. With the way that the Oklahoma City Thunder have improvised this year, making Russell Westbrook want to stay, I imagine that with the big three of them, I think that they will grab the first seed in the West. Followed by the Houston Rockets. Chris Paul and James Harden have lit up the league, especially beating the Warriors in the first game. They have that determination factor, and they do want to win. Third, I imagine that the Golden State Warriors will grab it. They have been slacking a lot, also drawing in ejections from fights, and spit has been flying.
That is not good.
Not good at all. 3 of the 4 ejections in this season have been of the Warriors. So I imagine that they will grab the third because, they can play, but they don't have the tenacity and the firepower that they wanted to play with last season. 4, I'm thinking the San Antonio Spurs. They have really had good chemistry going in the past few years, and now that LA can play the way he wants to, I imagine that they will go for even better. 5th, the Denver Nuggets. They have had such a super team being built, along with everything that happened this season. I'm not going to say everything because that is a later segment in our show. 6, the Portland Trail Blazers. Now, I'd put them above the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Lakers because CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard can light up the league when they want to and control it. 7, the Phoenix Suns. After finding Earl Watson after just 3 games, I do imagine that they've been going on a really hot streak lately, and they will bring it to the house. 8, the Los Angeles Lakers. I only say that because LeVar Ball, he speaks things into existence. So I'm going to be right about one thing, and if he speaks things into existence, then the Los Angeles Lakers will make the playoffs. So now Remington will explain the East picks.
Cleveland Cavs. They have added Dwayne Wade and Derrick Rose, making them even more of a super team than they already have. Boston Celtics come in with number 2. They added Kyrie and Gordon Hayward, making them a power team. Number 3, the Toronto Raptors. They have great chemistry. The Washington Wizards come in with number 4 with John Wall and Kelly Oubre, making them also a good power team. Milwaukee Bucks is number 5 with Giannis. Number 6, the Miami Heat. They are young and talented. And then number 7 comes in with Philadelphia 76ers. And I just trust the process.
Now, I'm going to go into a little thing there. So you have Ben Simmons, who is a rookie, and came off of a foot injury and is going to light up the league because he's a power forward that can play point guard. Then you have Markelle Fultz out of Washington. He, the number 1 pick as well, can also light up the league in the way that he can play all around. It's like Kyrie and LeBron had a baby and named him Markelle. Then you have Joel Embiid. The kid, and he's not even a kid, the guy is a legit beast. Like, if you gave him a ball and threw it at him, he's not going to dunk it, he's going to block it because he's more of a defensive player than anything.
And then coming in at number 8, Dennis Schroeder is going to carry them to the 8th seed.
What team is that?
That is the Atlanta Hawks.
Awesome.
We're talking about the Denver Nuggets. Okay, talking about the Denver Nuggets. Paul Millsap just got added, and that is a major move for the Nuggets. Also, Nikola Jokic, every time he steps on the court, he gets better. And with Super Team forming, they have so much talent that they are destined to be great.
Because you can see that Jamal Murray, Gary Harris, Nikola Jokic, and Paul Millsap are all together. And that's it for Nugget News. Hey, we're back, and we're going to be talking about some just opinions. We've stated a lot of facts throughout the show so far. I think it's about time we get into some opinions and just some cool questions. So, start off, Remington. You are the general manager of your own team, the owner, you can be the coach, you can be a player, anything. Where would you go?
Well, if I were to pick anywhere, it'd be San Diego, California.
And why is that?
Because San Diego is the main growing point for basketball.
Why do you think it's a main growing point?
I think it's a main growing point because there are already teams there and they are doing great. And I think another team would really bring more people to the area.
Do you think it'd polish and put the cherry on top?
I do.
Awesome. So, it's kind of a random question behind the other one. What would you name the team?
Well, I think I'd name it the San Diego Paws. I would name this team the San Diego Paws because it would put a play on the lion, right? Lion's paw. And the paw and the lion means it's fierce, just like the players would be.
Awesome. I think that is amazing. Would you say that your team would be able to compete with the other players in the league after the expansion draft, or do you think it'd take a couple years?
I think with enough hard work and effort and enough coaching, I think we could get them to play
Awesome.
with other people.
Well, that's our opinions in the studio. We'll be right back.
This is not a sponsored advertisement.